Ha, bastard.
Yeah. Kieran Kichuk,
Ethan Crelinsten.
welcome to B Team.
Thank you for having me at B Team.
You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've had some great feedback from you and from our audiences all over the world. We appreciate your positive commentary, and we're happy to continue this interview segments of the YouTube. Today, I have a very special guest, my compatriot to the north, Kieran the Canuck Kichuk.
Canuck with a C.
Canuck with a C, yeah. Kieran, how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy to be in Austin.
You liking it?
Yeah, I do like it here. It's pretty dope.
You liking B Team?
I love B Team.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I made a pretty informed decision last year to come over here. So I did my due diligence, and I think B Team was the best fit.
Okay. You jumped around a bit, right, before you landed at B Team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I played with a few options around the country. In terms of what I actually ended up visiting, I just kind of went around Austin and looked at all the spots in Austin and landed here at B Team.
Right. The first time you stepped foot in B Team was when, would you say?
It was January 2023, so about a year ago.
Okay.
I came in for my first couple weeks here, and then I spent the summer here, and then now I'm back.
Was I here when you first showed up? Or was I still knee surgery?
No, this was after your knee surgery, but you...
It's well after, right?
You, I believe, were in Europe with Damien.
Ah, yes, the Belgian trip.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I'm happy you chose B Team. I'm happy you stuck around. You've been a great addition, and I'm expecting you to continue to be a great addition.
Of course.
All right, so pumped for that. Kieran, you're here at B Team. You've come a long way. Your career started in Canada, like myself, correct?
Yep.
I guess we should start with first how you really got into the sport in the first place.
So actually, one of your teammates, I was a huge George St. Pierre fan.
Nice.
And just coming out of the Matt Hughes era, like 2008, 2009, I was really into the UFC and I wanted to fight. And then my dad didn't want me getting punched in the head, so he made me wrestle and do jiu-jitsu instead of learning how to fight.
Really?
Which, yeah. And then
Really?
once I was old enough, like a year or two later, I tried like Muay Thai and stuff, and I just hated getting punched in the face. So
Me too.
it's like grappling is the martial art for me.
Yeah. Interesting. So you were a wrestler first off.
Well, I did like wrestling classes, but it was at a
Okay.
jiu-jitsu gym. I wrestled in high school, but I started jiu-jitsu before high school.
Okay. And that was in what part exactly of Canada?
So just north of Toronto, there's a town called Markham. Right?
Markham?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this town.
You never heard of Markham?
Never heard
It's
of Markham.
Literally north of Steeles, like where Toronto ends, Markham begins.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started there, actually pretty close to Steeles, literally like a block north of Steeles. I trained there for 8 years. So I got white to brown belt at this one gym.
Gi and no gi there, right?
Yeah, so I did pretty much a gi, and then no gi was just shits and giggles. Can I swear on this thing?
You're allowed to swear, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children should not be watching anything on this channel.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do no-gi maybe once or twice a week, and then every time I competed, I would just, it's an extra $30 for a no-gi division. I would just do it for extra matches.
Just jump in there.
Yeah, exactly. And then just use gi jiu-jitsu and win nogi matches.
Right.
You know, it was,
Spider guard without the grips and everything.
yeah, it was like 2010. So
Awesome. Your first time competing, do you have a good recollection of this, or was it kind of a blur back then, or would you know?
I remember, yeah.
You remember your first ever match?
Yep.
All right, walk us through it.
Get scoop passed and then armbarred. That was my first ever match.
You got scoop passed and armbarred?
Yes.
How long? Like a minute?
No, I think it was like a 3-minute.
Oof.
3-minute match.
And you stuck with it?
Yeah.
Damn.
So I actually lost, I did no no-gi training. I lost my first match in the gi, and then I tapped everybody in the no-gi division the next day.
And you had been primarily training in the gi?
Only training in the gi.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I had, that was Jocelyn's. You know Jeff Jocelyn? He fought in the UFC as well, another Canadian martial
I
artist.
kind of remember that name, but...
Okay, yeah, he used to host a grappling tournament every year.
Really?
It was a big deal in Ontario.
There was a big gi, there probably still is, but it's a huge gi scene up there, like much more than no-gi, I would say. Like
nobody trains no-gi seriously.
It's honestly something I don't think people really know. There's like a major gi scene up there in the north.
There's a couple of spots in southern Ontario, like there's a 10th Planet in Etobicoke. There's a place called the Grappling Garden in my hometown of Hamilton. I know Hamilton. Yeah, they do no-gi, I'm pretty sure exclusively there.
Okay.
But in terms of like all the bigger gyms, it's just gi.
Wow. Your first match, you got fucked up.
Yes.
But the rest of the no-gi matches, you beat the shit out of everyone.
So it was just 2 matches.
Two matches.
I got a Kimura in the first match, and I triangled the second guy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
2 subs, gold medal.
Pull guard, submitted him like a real grappler.
Amazing. Yeah, like a man.
Like a man.
None of that wrestling nonsense, waste of time. Fuck, amazing. Yeah, I remember, I was coming up in Montreal around the time where you had been, I think, already pretty established. Like, you're already like a competitive brown belt. And I remember hearing about Kieran as the gi guy who, you were the, don't face this guy in the gi, you're not ready yet. And I remember I was like, all right, this guy's kind of close to my weight. I'll probably end up facing one day. And then, the first time I think I ever saw you was, I don't know if you remember this, but I competed in the no-gi Grappling Industries, and you reffed one of my matches.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I remember that you heel hooked Mike Imperato.
I don't know, but probably.
I do remember that vividly,
awesome.
Actually.
Okay, that was sick. So I remember I'm like, oh, Kieran's reffing me. Okay, you better fuck this guy up, otherwise he's gonna sense weakness. We can't have that, So awesome. That was my first, I think, time ever seeing you. And
do you remember the? It was in Abu Dhabi. Back when they were called the UAE JJF.
Yeah.
They did an event in Montreal in the gi, and you competed in that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
We were in the same division. I was like, I hope to God I don't draw you thin.
There was one guy. This guy Gumby was in it.
Yeah, Francis Quinn.
He was oddly good. I didn't know he was that good. He's just an unassuming kind of super. I don't think he competes. I don't even know if he trains anymore. I don't know what happened to him.
He trains still. I don't know.
Where is he?
He's in Brazil now.
He's in Brazil full time.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Little side quest there. But damn, yeah. So did you win that bracket? Or?
I lost the final of the weight class, and then I won the open weight, so I got the trip to the World Pro.
Nice.
Yeah.
How'd you do in the World Pro?
So Cameron Florchek, that time at World Pro, we had to do the Canadian bracket, and Cameron beat me in the Canadian bracket.
Cammy's good, man.
Yeah.
Cammy's good.
Yeah.
You in touch with him at all?
A little bit, yeah. He's living here in Austin as well.
Yeah, he's in Austin full time. He's at New Wave, right?
Yeah, he's training at New Wave. But I hang with him at tournaments, and we catch up whenever we see each other.
Very cool. Yeah, we got a good sort of diaspora? Do you know what that word is?
No.
Do you know what that word is, Freddie? Anyway, it's I think from my recollection, it's like a group of people from another nation moved into one space. So we have a good Canadian diaspora, I don't know.
Tons of Canadians in Austin.
Here,
Tons of Canadians in Austin.
Yeah, a whole 3 of them so far, probably more. But
Dude,
in the
that's like a
jiu-jitsu scene
third
in
of
general,
Canada's population.
It's a lot, especially of the jiu-jitsu population.
Yeah.
That's like, big percentage there. What would you say, just to wrap up the sort of origin story of your incubation period in Canada, if we can call it that, your first kind of breakout onto the scene where you really firmly, first of all, cemented yourself as a threat to the scene, like, okay, this guy's like going to be top seed, he's going to be potential invites to these no-gi circuits coming up. What would you say was your breakout, either moment, match, or just anything?
So in 2022, I did the, 2021 East Coast Trials, I had a really good run. I lost to Cade on day 2.
I remember that.
So I started getting a little bit of attention after that trials run, and that was my first trials run ever. And then I did Emerald City Qualifier and Emerald City Invitational in 2022. So that was like, I think 8 or 9 straight matches, maybe 10 straight matches. And if you count the overtimes, it was like 10 straight submissions.
Sick.
The whole way through, and that was probably the actual Emerald City division was like, my lineup was Cisneros, Gianni Grippo, Adam Benayoun. It was pretty nuts.
That's gauntlet. And you subbed. Yeah, I mean, overtime.
We did overtime. We made
all overtime?
They all went to overtime, yeah.
Say, sub's a sub.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Okay, yeah, I remember, was Damien in that one or no?
Damien did the 145.
Oh, that was 155. Okay. Same time?
They were probably a couple months apart.
Okay.
I remember the 145 was a 32-man bracket. The 155 was 16.
Wow.
So it was it was 3 matches.
Yeah. Damn, that's a rough bracket right there. So, okay, so that was your breakout. It's not too long ago then. Before that, you were mostly in the gi.
Yeah, I retired from the gi in 2022.
You're officially retired from the gi?
Yeah,
Really?
I did the Ontario Open, which is the biggest gi tournament in Canada. Yeah. I did the Ontario Open, and I grappled this stud named Michael Sheehan, who's
Michael Sheehan.
Yeah, he's like at the lighter weights in the gi, he's the shit in Canada.
Yeah.
But I was able to get a win on him.
You beat him?
In the gi, yeah, he passed my guard, but then I recovered, took his back, and strangled him. And
Insane.
then I was like, that's it.
Done.
That's it, no more.
Bro, people don't know how good this guy. I remember one of my first run-ins in just the first ever tough match I had in the gi, really, from my recollection, was Michael Sheehan. I was like Z-guard to triangle every single match, and if that didn't work, I would just kind of finagle my way to some points. But yeah, I remember Michael Sheehan being the first guy to just concretely stop that and pass my guard. I think he armbarred me or something, but yeah, very good. So to beat him is impressive, especially, I don't know, people don't really know, maybe, up there. It seems a little out of the no-gi realm, but guy's good. He's probably very good no-gi as well, translates, I'm sure.
I trained with him actually recently, probably like a month and a half ago. He was great. Yeah, he has a gym now, so.
He has his own gym?
Yep.
Nice.
I think Toronto Grappling Club, I think it's called.
Oh, okay, I've heard it. Is that with Pat Cooligan or
no? So
different?
he came from Toronto BJJ.
Gringo.
Gringo's who I was with.
Okay.
Gringo gave him his brown belt. He has his black belt from George Brito and Josh Report at Toronto BJJ.
A whole scene up there that is just very deep that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, they do a whole lot of gi.
Yeah.
I wish they would do more no gi, but it's kind of hard to convince them.
They will one day. We'll go up there.
Yeah.
All right, so that pretty much, I guess, sums up the origin. Is anything you'd like to add about your, evolution to the threatening jiu-jitsu player you are today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's 2 more other places I went to. I spent 5 years going between Action Reaction in Toronto and then Team Lloyd Irvin in DC. So both those coaches also played a huge role. Yeah.
What would you say your most proud accomplishment is up to today? Biggest achievement?
Getting my black belt.
Really, getting the black belt?
Yeah, just meant a lot to me. I've wanted to be a black belt since I was a kid, and I was a brown belt for 5 years, so it meant a lot when I got it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, big milestone. Who gave you your black belt?
I got it from Fernando Zulik.
I know Fernando Zulik. Yeah. Good coach.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Good dude.
Yeah. Shout out Fernando Zulik. Kieran Kichuk, or AKA
Lock and Strangle.
Lock and Strangle, AKA
Maple Syrup Madman.
AKA
Canadian Crippler.
AKA
I don't know anymore, brother.
The Bastard.
The Bastard. Okay, that's what we're looking for.
We're gonna get into that. So I've heard this a few times now. You've been on the Simple Man. We've spoken about it in the gym. We've spoken about it here and there. The Bastard. First of all, what is the Bastard?
It's like an alter ego. Mm-hmm. It's essentially just a name I've given to my flow state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I have a
schizophrenia.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I have to, you have to get into a certain mindset when you compete.
Yeah.
Especially like we've competed against each other. We're friends. Things like it's a small community.
You're gonna run into the people.
Yeah,
and the friends with.
Yeah, and the objective of the sport is pretty cruel. You know what I mean? Like you're trying to strangle people unconscious. You're trying to break their limbs, and it's kind of like hard to reconcile doing that to someone you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so everyone kind of has like a flow state they get into where they're just completely present with the task at hand. Mm-hmm. And I realize like it's just different enough from my normal personality. I'm typically pretty like
chill.
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
So I just gave it a name, and he's like, I had hurt some people, and I was like, what a fucking bastard.
So that's how it was born. You're just like, I'm the fucking bastard when I compete. Amazing. Okay, so we're here at B Team. We have like a interesting coaching method. We're sort of like a co-op. But you came from different. We came from a different sort of school of training. Us with the DDS back in the day, and you with Lloyd Irvin for a serious stint of time there. Would you say it's fair to connect those dots that like the sort of alter ego flow state is sort of
like influenced by Lloyd?
Yeah, like positively influenced by Lloyd, or like in some way
for sure
created there.
So I got my meditation stuff from a bunch of different sources. Like I do a little bit of mindfulness stuff, a little bit of stoicism stuff, and then just stuff that Master Lloyd taught me. But I use a mantra, and he's really big on athletes using mantras. Mm-hmm. And part of my mantra, so my whole mantra is, my life is beautiful and I enjoy every moment. I'm a black belt, I'm a champion, and I'm the best that I can be.
I've heard you say this before.
Yeah.
In tournaments. Yeah, I've heard you say this at trials. I've heard you say this at the CJ events. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a nice one.
And those pieces of those mantras are literally written on the wall at the gym there. Like there's a sign that says my life is beautiful and I enjoy every moment. And just that one stuck out to me personally because it was important. I would always get hung up on what people would think of me if I had lost a match, and that affected performance, right? When you're focused on the outcome rather than the match,
process.
the process that produces the
What's
outcome.
right in front of you.
Exactly. That's going to negatively, it's ironic, but it negatively affects the outcome. So just that one, my life is beautiful and I enjoy every moment. Just helps me remember, you know, I have friends, I have family, I have people who care about me, and their opinion's not going to change if I lose a fucking jiu-jitsu match, you know? And if it does, then like they're not part of a beautiful life. Yeah.
Very good, very good. So does the bastard repeat this mantra as he competes?
No, not as I compete. I usually say it walking up to the mat. I take a deep breath and I have a trigger. Like I wipe my feet on the mat.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a little trigger that I use, and then it's game time.
Then it's go time.
Yeah.
Interesting. Tell us a bit more about like the whole Lloyd Irvin experience. Like you had gone there after, you know, obviously there's some controversy associated with that team, but you were there well after that whole phase sort of, you know, came and went.
The team when I arrived in 2018 was basically just the core homegrown guys, like the guys from that area plus Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali was there, yeah.
Yeah,
so who was your like primary training partners?
So we had Elijah Dorsey, Big Breakfast, Rico Staten, Flash, Jamil.
Jamil Hill.
Call him, Brucho, Witch. But,
Witch?
Yeah,
why?
Because he's a freaking wizard, bro. Bro, he'll like come at your guard like this and do like a front flip over your. It just
amazing.
Yeah. Who else did we have? We had like a couple of the younger guys. They're in their 20s now. They're doing pretty good, like Q. And I'm missing a bunch right now, but I also trained pretty extensively with Muhammad, with DJ, and with Tim Spriggs.
Oh, DJ, that's right.
Yeah, DJ was there for my first year. After that, he was gone.
Went to Thailand or something,
Yeah, I think he moved to Thailand.
Yeah. Lloyd as a coach, I've heard amazing things, like specifically of his coaching skills. He knows what he's doing. Is that like
he knows what he's doing, and the one thing he's really, really great at is understanding what an athlete needs. Like I forgot to mention Angelo Claiborne, but he's a great example. Man, if you get Truck mad, he does better. Like if you rile him up and get him amped up, you're in trouble.
Okay.
So like he takes that approach pre-match with Truck, and for me, he knew like I'm anxious, I'm nervous. Like if you rile me up, I'm gonna lose for sure.
Some people
don't try to rile me up before matches.
Yeah. Please don't ruffle my feathers.
But so he knew to be calm with me. He actually helped me understand. He's like, look, all these expectations that you think people have of you, like that's just in your head.
Yeah.
Like I just want you to do your best.
And Lloyd gave this to you.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
which is, you know, he takes different approaches with different athletes, but that's just what he's really great at, understanding what they need.
Specific athlete to athlete, understanding what they like individually need.
And he's pretty, like he's obsessed with jiu-jitsu. He loves jiu-jitsu. He never charged me a dime to train under him.
Cool.
Like he just does it out of passion.
Yep. You ever go back there?
I haven't been back in a couple of years. Yeah, I haven't been back in about 2 years.
Where is it located? I've never.
It's in PG County, which is in the state of Maryland. Okay. Right outside of DC, like Washington, D.C.
East Coast-ish.
Yeah, it's right on the East Coast, exactly.
Okay. Anything else you want to throw in about the Lloyd experience?
No, that was my experience there, man. It was hard, brutal training.
Grueling training. That's another thing.
You find some things out about yourself.
Yeah, in those deep waters. Where
And I was doing 3 a days when I first went out there in the gi, and it was like.
In the gi mostly?
I was only training in the gi there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I thought it was like both or primarily no gi, honestly.
No, just they have Sadiq Youssef fights in the UFC, so I would go to Master Lloyd's garage and we would do grappling sessions against the wall. He would use me to help Sadiq out for his camps.
Nice.
But other than that, it was all gi. Until 2022, but I did my Emerald City training camp there. So
at Lloyd's.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Jamil took the gi off. Big Breakfast took the gi off.
Those are good rounds. Those are two tough.
Malachi, Magic Man took the gi off.
Yeah, I know. I think I know Malachi. Yeah, I've seen him compete.
Yeah,
entertaining.
So they all did me a favor.
Cool.
Took a month off of gi training and
prepared you well for it. Damn, awesome. You've come quite a long way from Canada, all over a couple different states, different training places, and you wound up at B Team. You walked through those doors, you saw these mats, you trained a little bit, you saw the vibe, the atmosphere, and you stuck around. You made it your home. Mm-hmm. Do you regret your decision, first of all?
No, not at all. Yeah, I just moved here, bro. Of course I want to be here.
Okay. Oh, well, maybe there's
you guys haven't pissed me off yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm sure it's coming.
Awesome. What do you think about the place? Like, what do you think about, kind of the athlete coach mix, the room, the environment, all the media stuff we're doing? What do you think?
Oh, the content machine you guys have churning is just insane.
You're now a part of it.
Yeah, you guys have it down. You got employees literally working on it every day. You got
slaves.
You got all the right equipment. You got good, good social media presence. It's all very, very impressive. In terms of like the coaching and everything, I feel like a certain kind of athlete can take advantage of it. And because I have experience doing a lot of self-coaching when I'm in Canada, I spent, even when I was going to the States, I was spending most of my time in Canada, probably 7 months a year. Yeah. Just coaching myself. So I'm somebody who can hold myself accountable. So the lack of having a head of the room is not too much of an issue for me. Sometimes, it's hard to get the right information that you need just because there's so many coaches cycling through. But if you go out and look for it, you're going to get it. There's literally some of the best minds in jiu-jitsu history in this room, right? Like different people can give you different perspectives on different elements of the game.
Just have to go and ask the questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the less structure can either help or hinder. And I feel like I agree with you in that sense. It's like I kind of thrive in that room for creativity environment rather than the more robotic step-by-step environment. And again, like you said, I think, it's important to seek out the knowledge instead of just kind of wait for it to fall in your lap. You have to go and search and push yourself to go find it, which I think makes you value what you find more than it otherwise would.
Yeah,
cool.
And that's all for professional practice. Obviously, like JB does a great job running the, they call it white belt class, but there's black belts in it too.
There's good, it's not really, it's just like the night class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JB does a great job running the 6 p.m. So a lot of the beginner to novice guys are, they're getting good structure and a good base in grappling. But the pro trainings, right? You guys cycle, you take turns teaching. Yeah. It's all good information. You just kind of have to make sure, like, for me, I have to take extra time after to drill it. Because, like, a lot of this stuff is so foreign to me.
Really?
Like, I can't get it in 45 minutes. So I usually come in at night and get extra reps.
What would you say recently, if you can remember, like, what's something you've recently had to sort of go back and
literally anything you teach me. I've never done jiu-jitsu in your style.
Yeah.
And like, so every time you show me something, I'm like, I want to get good at it, but I need more than 45 minutes of practice. So I was doing that.
That could be really good or really bad. I don't know how.
That single from low single from rear body lock you showed last week. I've been drilling that all the time. I want to get good at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I'm happy about that. Who would you say your favorite round is in the gym, other than myself? You don't have to say myself, but I know it's me. But
it wasn't
it's
going to be you. It wasn't going to be you.
So never mind. Next question. No, go. What do you think? Who do you look forward to the most to train with?
I like training with J-Rod a lot. J-Rod's pretty fun because me and him have a pretty good dynamic going where if I tell him, like, I can't go beast mode right now, he'll flow with me.
Yeah,
and then when it's time to go beast mode, like we can go
time
beast.
to scrap.
Yeah, we can scrap.
Yeah.
So I like getting those rounds with him. I also like training with Craig just because I get to pick his brain after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't really do much to him, but
it's interesting to like learn why you're getting just torn apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Least favorite training partner. Don't say me. Don't say me, please. Don't say me. I mean, you can say, but whatever. Say whatever you want.
In terms, I'm gonna say, in terms of how brutal the rounds get, I would say like you and Nick Mataya.
Oh, wow.
Probably my two least favorite rounds, just because you guys, they don't stop. It's
okay,
like
I appreciate.
About
I'll
6
take
minutes
that.
in, I'm like, okay, we can settle down a little now, and you have the same pace that you had in the first minute.
Fuck, that's good. Because I think I get tired, but like everyone tells me,
No, dude, you're like the Energizer Bunny. You're just beating that drum the whole time.
I wish that external was internal as well, but I'm having a heart attack pretty much the entire
gasping.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Nick Mataya also just physically he's a nightmare to deal with, and he's really good as well.
Very good and like brand new, just insane. Man, robot, shark. We're starting to call him.
Man, robot, shark.
Man, robot, shark. That's Nick Mataya. You're here for good. First of all, great addition to the team. Like, for real, this is a lower weight class guy. I really appreciate this addition of this. This is like a major step forward for the lighter guys. So I appreciate you choosing B team. And what would you say so far is the most interesting thing you've learnt being here? It could be anything. It could be technique-wise. It could be life-wise. Anything.
Most interesting thing I've learned here.
Yes.
I have to think about that for a second. Well, yeah, I've learned to keep a better balance between work and play. You know, because I came from a really, really structured background at Team Lloyd Irvin, and sometimes like I've seen people there get burnt out. Mm-hmm. It's very like a weed out the week method of doing things, but here it's a lot more relaxed. Practice is. I literally laugh and giggle every day at practice here. Everyone's always smiling, and I can get my work done, right? Like I was talking about the drawbacks of having such a loosey-goosey room. Like, people who don't want to put the work in, they're not going to. I want to put the work in. I can put my work in and still have a good time.
Yeah.
So, I would say that. I learned a lot about, balance. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I didn't really think about that before. It was me just kind of. I'm like, oh, we could fuck around here? That's great. But I'll call it balance from now on. I like that. Cool. And what would you say your biggest thing to add to the B team would be? Like, what do you think your asset is here, like your most valuable input to the team? It could be something you've already input or something you're going to be inputting, or just what would you say your biggest value is?
So any gym I go to, I love to drill and I love to put extra time on the mats, but I'm not able to like roll more than once or twice a day. So I always try wherever I'm training at to get a culture of, self-learning and a culture of like exploratory drills outside of class going. Yeah. And I'm starting to get the ball rolling a little bit here. I'm getting some people to drill extra with me.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, that's, and then I just think their skills grow, and then they bring it to the training floor, our skills grow.
The whole team grows as a whole. Awesome. What times are those drilling sessions if you want to?
I usually drill during JB's class at 6, but if you're going to hit JB's class, that's good too. They just train a lot of live stuff, so at that point, at 6 p.m. I'm dead. Yeah,
I'm cooked as well. Yeah, for sure.
So I just run drills during that time, and then sometimes me and JB will drill before noon class.
About like 11 or so?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So closing it up, how do you see your progression moving forward here? Like we're pretty close to being in preparation for ADCC. Right now you're looking forward to trials, right?
Yes.
In about a month, I believe.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
And how are you feeling in terms of like skill progression, in terms of how things are going to be unfolding over the next month and then next like 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, so the next month, obviously my goal is to win trials. And going into that right now, I'm a better grappler than I've ever been in every single way. I have a better guard than I've ever had. I'm better at passing, better at wrestling. I'm unrecognizable. I would be unrecognizable to myself 2 years ago. So I'm feeling very confident about this trials. And then I'm pretty excited to do the ADCC camp because I've met a lot of our teammates while I'm traveling all over the world, but having them all in one place at one time is going to be really, really fun.
Yep. As ADCC approaches, it seems like the room here is going to heat up more and more, so we're all going to get that benefit when everyone is in here. The concentration of skill is going to be higher than it has ever really been at B-Team with all the newest additions and with Craig not, in Kazakhstan or the North Pole or something. So it'll be awesome, yeah. Cool, man. I think that's about it. Anything else you want to add in before we kind of segue into, all right, like and subscribe?
I think that's it.
We good to go?
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom about training and your approach to learning and your time here, your life, your journey. Hopefully our viewers can learn a lot from you, as I did just now. And where can we see more of you? Where can we find you? How can we support you? How can we see what you're up to?
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Lock and Strangle. I've also got some instructionals up on BJJ Fanatics. I've got 2 guard instructionals and a triangle one coming out in the next 5 or 6 weeks. So if you want to support me, check that stuff out. They're good resources.
Awesome. So guys, this guy's got deadly submissions. He's going to slap them on you from up, down, left, right, diagonal, backwards. You don't even know. Check out the DVDs. Check out his page on Instagram. Once again, thank you for your time. And guys, if you liked the episode, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell us what you thought. If you liked Kieran, if you liked myself. If you didn't like myself, please let me know.
In the comments.
In the comments, please. If you,
Scathing reviews.
Scathing. I'll read them. I'll be sad. But that being said, Kieran, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right. See you next time, guys.
Boom.